What's happening, everybody? This is Mike at Mike's Total Dragon Channel, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the latest Deadpool book. I got a pretty good deal at my local comic shop and picked up the first 7 issues of the latest run of Deadpool, written by Cody Ziegler. I was very unfamiliar with him, but pretty familiar with Deadpool. I'm a big fan of the Joe Kelly, Ed McGuinness stuff from back in the day. And I really enjoyed that. And I've read a couple of series here and there since then, which that's been probably 20 30 years ago, probably mid 90s or whenever they started that series, the Joe Kelly one. And between getting a sweet deal on these and having went and saw Deadpool Wolverine, kind of wanted some more Deadpool, I went ahead and jumped on this, and I got to say I didn't like it very much. It's a very confusing series. I opened up the page to find out Deadpool has some sort of symbiote dog that calls him Papa, which was confusing. So that right there was something I didn't know had happened, which, to be fair, there's a lot of stuff that has probably happened with Deadpool since I was someone who enjoyed his adventures rather regularly. The other thing that they had that was happening with Deadpool is he is now, let me see if I can find it. Is it in this issue or not? Yeah. It is the fact that Deadpool has a child. I did not know that. So, although I had seen something about the fact that Deadpool was going to be passing the torch, and there was going to be, here it is right here in issue 2. This is a couple, 2 pages, couple panels of the home life of Deadpool's child and the child's mother, her family. So I was not expecting that, and they don't, this is one of my main criticisms of this book, is there's not a lot of information given to us to catch us up to speed. Like I said in the first issue, there was very little about where this symbiote dog came from. There's very little mention about his human daughter named Ellie. And it says right here, for now he's focusing on what he does best, killing a bunch of guys and occasionally breaking fourth walls as Deadpool. But they don't give us anything about the daughter or the dog or Deadpool's current, his status before this series, or what's going on with him when this series takes off. It just drops us right into the middle with very little explanation of what's going on with the character, what his what they're doing these days, outside of just, oh yeah, it's Deadpool and he's a mercenary. And I understand that the character is incredibly popular, and pretty much everyone at least recognizes him. But this series starts off with, like I said, a symbiotic dog and having a daughter. So it kind of puts you behind the 8 ball, so to speak, just to start off with. And the other thing is, they do show one scene with the daughter and the daughter's, home life, and then those people are never seen again. At least not as of issue 7, they're never seen again. And she's a young person, young child. They make mention that she makes mention that she has to study for a test, so that tells us she's in some sort of school. And judging by her height compared to the rest of the characters, it would probably be safe to assume that she's in a high school. But we never hear nothing else about that again. That's just all stuff that could have been interesting. Could have been an interesting plot point or some sort of reference to. But that's all gone and thrown aside, and we don't see any of that anymore. So, and at the end of it, Deadpool has went through some sort of ordeal. He was attacked with a magical weapon that has basically negated his healing factor, but yet it hasn't killed him. So now he's missing an arm and some legs, but yet still alive somehow. Which we've seen issues where his healing factor was negated before or slowed down. But this kind of leads us to believe that it's going to be a little bit more long term than just for an issue or two. So what does he do? He makes his daughter be Deadpool and gives her a pair of non-lethal shock knives because he doesn't want her killing anybody. However, that doesn't last for long because she detonates she shoves this grenade in this guy's chest, and kaboom, everyone's blown up. So it does not do a very good job of explaining the situation or getting you up to speed. So for that particular reason, it feels like it was really rushed just to put the Deadpool mantle on his daughter. Like, that seems like the sole excuse for starting this book off and this storyline. Let's bring his daughter, estranged daughter, back, and let's put the mantle on her and have her interact with the rest of the Marvel Universe. That really seems like that's the sole reason for it. And, I just could not get down with that. The whole 7 issues that I read, none of it grabbed me outside of this homage cover here to the classic Tomb of Dracula, #1. That was the best thing about all these issues. I didn't enjoy the writing. I didn't enjoy the story direction. The artwork was kind of, it was what it was. The artwork, they had some cool, probably my favorite scene in here is where Deadpool chases this guy who's jumping through this portal, and then you get this cool 2-page right here with a bunch of portal shots and jumping through it, and kind of like teleportation all over the place. So I really dug that, but that's probably about the only part that really stood out to me. Does have Taskmaster in it, which is always good, but it feels like a very G-rated Taskmaster, not the scumbag that we previously know, who's only out for business for himself. He seems very accommodating to work with Wade and to train Wade's daughter, so that doesn't really seem on brand for him. So after saying all of that, the only thing I can really say is this might appeal to you if you're just a completionist for Deadpool. If you're such a Deadpool fan that you love every series, then this will probably be the book for you. But for me, it just didn't strike the right tone. But that is going to be the wrap up of this Deadpool book. and review of the first 7 issues. Until next time, you guys take care. Bye bye.